Hello there, Virgo. This is Sophie with Lady of the Unknown Oracle. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so excited to have you here with us. And if you are returning, thank you so much for all of your love and support, your donations, your comments, everything. I am so appreciative to you guys. So thank you so much. I am happy that you have found that my readings have provided you with the clarity and guidance that you seek moving forward. And for those of you who are new, I hope that these messages today achieve the same end for you, okay? If today's message does not resonate with you, please take a look at last month's reading. Because if last month's reading resonates for you, then the messages in this reading today could be indicative of the energies coming in for you, all right, in more of a kind of like in a more predictive way. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into your reading. This is for April 2019. This is general, so it may not reflect your current situation, all right? But please revisit the reading at the end of the month just in case your situation changes. And it's also general in the sense where it's not limited to love or career or self-love transformation. It can be applied to any one of those things, okay? Anything that's currently taking up space in your mind or in your heart space, the messages here can apply to any one of those things. All right, so anything that is currently just holding space in your life. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with you, Virgo. Now, there was a mix of cards coming out, okay? The 10 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, okay? So you could be, you know, this could, we'll see. We'll see, because the reading could be split into two different camps of people. You know, so it could be, for some of you, you're perfectly happy with where you're at. Meanwhile, someone else who is presented with an opportunity for happiness. You know, some of you might be confronted with a possible 10 of Cups or Sun type of situation, but you're just, you know, you're believing that maybe you're not worthy of it, or someone else that you're dealing with feels like they're not worthy of having something so beautiful with you. Could be that something looks great on the outside but isn't actually that great on, you know, when you look at the dynamics working within the partnerships of the people involved, or vice versa. On the outside things may not look so great, but really where it matters the most, things are most solid, right? So either way though, whether this is love, career, or self-development, this is about something that you have planted the seed for a while back, all right? 7 months ago, could be a few years ago, right? Something that you are, something that has been in development, something that's been growing, okay? We have to just see now if it's still progressing forward at an upward trend, or are you starting to kind of, you know, are you kind of stalling a little bit? Is something happening here? Because something's good. Something here is very good and high value, but there's a hiccup here, possible block, you know. So let's see what we've got for Virgo, please. April 2019. Virgo, April 2019, please. Okay. Overarching energy, Queen of Pentacles. Here you are. Okay, you're standing in your power. You could be a mom, could be someone who, could be dealing with a Capricorn, could be dealing, you know, could be dealing with a Capricorn, could be in a situation with another person, your counterpart, a partner of some kind, romantic or otherwise. That is the source of your stress. This could also be you, okay, where your ego, all right, something in your head is telling you it's negative self-talk. This is something here where you're starting to feel really, really badly about your ability to handle stability, or your ability to nurture the opportunity for stability. You've hit a road bump, right? You've hit a road bump either within a connection or just in your own mind about what forward movement means now. There's something really deeply stressful and dissatisfying about it. Whether that's real or imagined, we'll see. You are right now at the Ace of Pentacles, all right? I'm getting mother energy here. So you could have just had a baby, could have just found out that you were pregnant. If you have Taurus energy, if you have Taurus in your chart or are dealing with a Taurus, take a look at their reading, because the Hermit did come out. and they had a similar situation of having newness in their life. All right. With the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, what's making this new beginning difficult is the need to make a decision about whatever this Ace of Pentacles is. With the Page of Cups on your mind, could be the baby, right? Young water sign, if it is a baby. If not, this is a new beginning with a water sign, all right? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Queen of Swords is a strong air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. In your heart, you're tired. With the Nine of Wands, you're worn down. Again, this is about a situation, a partnership, a connection, a process of some kind that has been in the works for quite a while. This could also be in business. You could have just started a business. In the recent past, you have the World, so perhaps there was the completion of something, right? Again, could have been the completion of a pregnancy to produce a child, the completion of a process that brought on this new opportunity, this new, you know, contract, business, loan, you know, school attendance opportunity, something along those lines. It could have been travel as well. You traveled in the recent past, and that's given you this opportunity to start something new. Nine of Cups is what's coming in. So, you know, a dream come true. A dream come true, you know, a wish fulfilled. Feeling very happy, very content. Having all of the things you've ever wanted. All the things that you've ever wanted. Right? But again, we can't deny that there's something here that's making you feel very tired. You see yourself as the Three of Pentacles, cooperating in a group setting, okay? So again, this could be you working with other people in a business setting. This could be you in partnership with someone in a romantic sense, a marriage. Ace of Cups is what's in the environment, a brand new emotional beginning, okay? King of Wands is your fear, okay? So this is a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. With the Six of Cups as your potential outcome. All right. So I am going to just jump right into the clarification, because the truth is, even giving you guys an overarching idea of these cards is not really... I feel like there are a few ways this could go, and all in completely different directions. And so instead of confusing you guys, we will just take it card by card. All right, we will just take it card by card, clarification by clarification, and go that way. Because what I'm seeing here is that in the fear, you know, with the King of Wands being in the fear position, this could have been someone that you left behind. All right, the Queen of Swords could be a divorced woman. All right, so you could have been with someone who is a very passionate person, maybe not a fire sign, but someone very passionate. King of Wands as the fear, you know, if you guys are divorced, chances are they might have fooled around with someone else, or at the very least were abusive of some, you know, of some kind. You guys got divorced. This is talking about a brand new beginning in your life as a single individual, right? What's on your mind is reconnecting with people on an emotional level, not being quote unquote naive, right? Maybe you feel like you give people the benefit of the doubt too often. And so the World here in the past was the ending of a very, you know, the cornerstone of something that was a stable point in your life, right? Marriage is a very big point of stability for people, the family, right? So now as the Nine of Cups, you know, you could be self-medicating. You could also be very happy being single, but you could be drinking a lot, going out with people. Maybe you drink at home. You drink a lot of wine when you're alone, right? So I can see a lot of sadness, because there's a need here to recognize that you have a brand new opportunity in your environment. And you see yourself as maybe working a lot, right? You're single, you're working a lot, but in your solitude, you're very unhappy. And so there's a reminder here that in your environment, you've got a new beginning, right? You got two aces here. But you're afraid, you know, you're afraid of maybe this ex coming back. You're afraid of maybe you are currently together and you're tired of this King of Wands, and you want to express to them how you feel, but you're afraid of how they're going to respond, right? This could be in romance. This could also be in work as well, just partnerships in general, right? You want to start something new. You don't know how to communicate your desire with this other person, because their personality is just very abrasive, right? And so what's coming in is this opportunity to have all of your wishes fulfilled. If not, your wishes will be fulfilled. Right? Something in the recent past was either elevated to the next level or brought to an end. But you're afraid of something. You're working with another person to make something happen, to create something. And there's a new beginning here in reaching the same level emotionally, right? To feel satisfied or to feel creative, to feel appreciated, to feel happy and fulfilled, excited about love, excited about an emotional connection. With the Six of Cups, it's a very, very beautiful energy. Six of Cups as the potential outcome is a give and take, right? It's it's nostalgia. But the thing is Six of Cups is also past energy. So we have to be careful with that, because that as the potential outcome could have something to do with you as a potential outcome still dwelling way too much on the past, or glorifying the past so much so that you kind of exacerbate mediocre conditions that you're currently in to a point where it feels so much worse. You know what I'm saying? Like putting yourself in this weird cycle. Especially if you're dealing as a single person, ego here, right? Nine of Swords. Let's not forget about the overarching energy we have here. All right? So this isn't really, it's a very tortured energy. So while you've got these new opportunities for a new beginning, you're not really, you're kind of overlooking them. All right? You're overlooking them. Okay, we're ready. Here we go. Okay, overarching energy for clarification is the Seven of Wands. Defending yourself. Knight of Wands. Moving forward. Okay, Knight of Wands can be kind of in and out though. All right, Knight of Wands doesn't necessarily, he has a lot of force, a lot of forward movement, but doesn't really know what direction he's going into. The Seven of Wands though is standing up for what they want. So it could be wanting the ability, defending your ability to explore different avenues is where you could be, Virgo. All right. Now, keep in mind that this energy may not reflect what you're feeling, Virgo. It could actually be what they're feeling. However, I will be reading this as your energy because that is specifically how the point of view that I will be taking from it. Where I see that they could be easily reversible, I will do that for you. Okay. Ace of Pentacles is where you currently at. Some type of new beginning. Could, the birth of something. All right. Brand new beginning. New money, new home, new ideas, just a new beginning, a new seed to plant to get your 10. The Prince of Swords is the Knight of Swords, all right? So if this Ace of Pentacles has not come for you yet, it will be very, very soon, and it'll be coming very, very quickly, all right? Air energy, all right? We've got more air energy here. Wow. So with the Queen of Wands, all right, that's what's making this new beginning a little bit difficult. Is the Queen of Wands with the Two of Cups. You could be dealing with an air sign here who tends to make very rash decisions. Their communication is extremely harsh. All right, that could be getting in the way of really enjoying this new beginning, because this is a partner. Okay, Two of Cups. This is, for those of you who are in a romantic relationship, this is love. This is a reciprocating relationship, or at least it's supposed to be, right? But these days it might be feeling a little bit harsher than it did before. This Queen of Swords, all right, if this isn't your counterpart, this is an energy of having to make a decision here about a romantic relationship. The Queen of Swords is very decisive. And where the Queen of Swords for you, Virgo, does not represent a person who's trying to make a decision about your partnership, or someone who is always making it seem maybe like the connection isn't what they want, right? The Knight of Swords is very harsh, very truthful, very honest. But with the overarching energy here also being the Seven of Wands with the Knight of Wands, I have to wonder, because you're in your head about something. This person, could be a very honest person, but you, Virgo, can also be a very hopeful person. And this person might be telling you exactly what they feel, and what they're saying is actually very honest, all right? Because the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords at this point have no reason to lie. Page of Swords, likes to gossip, right? Knight of Swords, he lacks tact, but not honesty, right? The Knight of Swords, once the Swords energy has gotten to the Knight, there's truthful information here. It's just the execution is kind of lacking, right? But the Knight of Swords with the Queen of Swords, these two really don't have any reason to lie at this point. This person could be, you can have a new beginning with an air sign or a water sign, any sign, right? But you have a new beginning that you could be sharing with another person, and their ability to communicate might be a little bit harsh. But what they're telling you is correct, all right? So if you're here, anxiously trying to siphon out what it is they're saying, there's no way to really misconstrue what they're telling you, Virgo. Okay, I'm seeing here what they're saying is true, even though it might hurt. What they're saying is very honest, and it could have something to do have something to do with your partnership. If this is not love, this still applies to career. All right, this is someone who's just a clear communicator, maybe lacks a little bit of tact. You guys just started a business. You wanted to start a business. Perhaps, Virgo, you approached this person with an offer and they came back to you with something a little bit more along the lines of, sure, we can start this thing up, but this is how we have to divvy everything up. I get the lion's share and you get this amount. And you might be saying, oh, well, they're just saying that. Like, I'll say yes to their offer. No, Virgo. If whoever this person is that you are trying to start a new beginning with, or are about, have already started this new beginning with, this person is telling you they mean what they say. There's no way you can charm them or manipulate them later down the line to create a different set of conditions. This person has basically told you exactly what they want and how they're going to put in their share or lack thereof, and they mean it. They're not trying to get shaken up. When you tell them yes, they are pretty convinced that you completely understand their standards, and they are going to expect you to respect those standards later. And if you try to push the limitations that they have put on your guys's a partnership, they will feel offended and they will retaliate. All right, so make sure that you're not trying to imagine things where they don't belong, because this person means what they say. Okay, on your mind here is the Page of Cups with the Three of Pentacles. This could be the water sign for those of you who are in a romantic relationship. Actually, no, it could be career as well. For those of you who are just in a partnership with a water sign or another earth sign, all right, but a partnership, very strong partnership, cooperation, teamwork, an effort that requires multiple people's involvement, and for them to do that well, in order for them to use what they bring to the table in a way that really fulfills the needs of what they're working on. With the Page of Cups, you're thinking about the emotional connection. You're thinking about the friendship. You're thinking about the partnership, the better aspects, right? The things that really hold. You could also be questioning, though, whether or not the partnership is based in something real, because the Page of Cups can be very dreamy and romanticized. You might be thinking about whether or not the partnership will last, whether it's something that you might be looking at a little bit, kind of through rose-colored glasses, okay? So be careful. In your heart space, you're thinking, you feel the Nine of Wands, you're very tired. King of Cups could, again, be dealing with a water sign. It doesn't have to be a water sign. It could be someone that you are, usually in some type of emotional or creative exchange with, right? So romantic or otherwise. Could also be you, okay? As the single person, this is you trying to get to a point where you are more honest with yourself, all right? You could be in a point as the single person where you tend to hope that things are, you tend to live life as the shoulds and not really along the lines of what they actually are, right? You live in this fantasy, not fantasy world, but you approach things in more of like well, this is how reality should be. But you realize now that what you need to do is find power in what reality is, learn how to bend reality to be what you need it to be, not in a manipulative sense, but in the if it requires work to make your environment more reflective of how you feel and think about things, then you put in that work. And if you want something to change, if you have a dream that you want something to look a certain way, you understand now that there's a certain amount of work you have to implement in order to make that happen in reality, right? So you're becoming more of a realist, Virgo. If this is the single Virgo, you're becoming more of a realist, all right? You still have hope, but you're realizing now that in order to make your dreams manifest, you have to actually put in, use a little bit of that elbow grease, get in there, roll your sleeves up and put in the work. In your heart space, you're feeling tired. You're feeling, wounded warrior, right? This person's been through a lot and they are preparing for that final push. Could be with a King of Cups, someone that you are typically in an emotional exchange with. Someone who is very good at applying and withdrawing their emotions as needed, all right? The King of Cups has a lot of control over his emotions. This could be you as well. Perhaps you're tired of withholding your emotions. Maybe you're tired of constantly having to work around this other person who, you know, says a lot of things. Again, air energy here. Says a lot of things, but meanwhile your emotions are constantly up and down, up and down, up and down, because you're like readjusting to their volume all the time. So you could just be so tired of what this connection, what this dialogue always looks like between you guys. It could just be that you're feeling very tired with this person. You're feeling emotionally exhausted, and you know, you're just wondering, you're having second thoughts here about maybe you've been approaching this the wrong way. In the recent past with the World and the Ace of Swords, there was a realization. Something became very clear. Perhaps when I see the Ace of Swords, I also think about the sword that Justice is holding. Okay, so this could also be the end of something with the World. Something came to a completion in the recent past, right? Sorry. Okay, something came to an end. Something ran its course, and you realize that this was necessary. But keep in mind that you've got the Ace of Swords, then followed by the Ace of Pentacles, okay? So something completed in the recent past, excuse me, something that wasn't good for you was cut out, or you realized something about an element that is still in your life, that is still currently in development, right? The Ace of Pentacles could be a fruit that falls off of the Seven of Pentacles, right? Of the tree, that the plant that's in the Seven of Pentacles, right? So this could be just a fruit, the result of something that you have worked for with another person. Something came to an end, or something upgraded, or something, you know, something, you became either very, very clear about something, or you cut something out. Okay. Coming in, you've got the Nine of Cups. 3, 4, another 3 with the Empress. Okay, so coming in, be mindful. Keep in mind here, you've got with the Three of Swords, right? The Three of Pentacles, the Empress is another 3. We've got court cards here, right? Multiple court cards. So just going to point out, all right, that there could definitely be some three-party energy here. That is not always the case, but again, I'm going to call out the groupings that I see. All right, I see where this could be a partnership between you and another person business-wise, possibly romantic as well, someone that you are thinking about separating from, or someone who you just are having a really hard time going through something very recent with, a brand new beginning with somebody. All right, the Nine of Cups, though, is very selfish energy. All right, with the Three of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Empress. Okay, you could be this Empress, Virgo. Right, this could be you as the Empress, where you want this expansion, you want this new beginning, and what's coming in is this Nine of Cups. It could be a wish fulfilled, absolutely, and this wish fulfilled for you could be getting over this thing in the past that has come to an end. It could have been the end of a three-party situation, and you guys are finally going to move past this, and you're the only one, and you guys are moving forward, right? Only one with the Nine of Cups, a wish fulfilled. It's just you. You know, you're feeling very happy, very in your power. You feel like finally it's just me and this other person, no one else is involved, right? That could definitely be the case. But remember, we've got the Three of Pentacles here, and we've got the Devil here, all right? But so far, for those of you where what has happened in the past was actually the end of a three-party situation, so far I'm seeing that's clear here. That it did definitely come to an end, and while there is a sense of like emotional exhaustion, you guys will be expanding, because your potential outcome here is also the Six of Cups, right? So something having to do with the past. We have to clarify, because that could take a spin in either direction, but the Six of Cups nonetheless is a very positive energy. It's a very sweet energy between friends, between children, nostalgic, restoring things to the way they used to be. All right, so that could definitely be the case. However, for some of you, all right, for some of you with the Nine of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Empress, this could be indication that you, Virgo, are up to something, and you are engaging in this three-party behavior. Okay, you've gotten so tired of a situation that you did not let go of, right? There might have been whatever this realization was. It could have been that maybe you realize that this person, just you guys don't meet on a certain level. Like their communication with you is too rough. Their communication is clear, but it's like they lack tact. They don't know how to speak, to your heart. Like you speak to them about your emotions and they speak to you about their thoughts, and it doesn't mesh. And even though you guys are in a partnership, it lacks the emotional depth that you want. It lacks the emotional depth. Or maybe this person does speak about their emotions, but they don't know how to be respectful about it. Or maybe maybe it's not that they can't be respectful. Maybe it's that the way they communicate is just the things they say are not what you want to hear. It's like becoming very clear to you that you guys are not compatible, right? And so it could be that your heart is broken. You are trying to come out of that so that way you feel more in your power as the Empress, and you're really thinking about, oof, my ear's ringing. Give me 1 second. All right, well, that's going to strike a chord with a lot of you guys. The fact that you guys are just not compatible. Yeah, the fact that you guys are just not compatible with the person that you've been spending this time with, that's the thing that's becoming very evident to you. And you are trying to find the best way to exit the situation without causing any kind of disruption to both of you guys. With the Nine of Cups, I am getting selfish energy here. But the thing is that I don't feel like it would be you I feel like it's you feeling selfish. I feel like it's you feeling selfish, but you're not really selfish. Like if this is something that you are feeling, it's for a reason. All right. And I say that because you're here with the Nine of Swords and the Devil. So it's like you see that the connection between you guys is really not good for you. And maybe you've given it the benefit of the doubt and you've really tried reworking the circumstances so that way you could look at it differently in case it was you. Like maybe if it was you, like the way you were looking at things, that wasn't quite right. But that's not the case though. You might be feeling selfish, but you're not being selfish. You're not being selfish, Virgo. You're not being selfish by wanting fairness, by wanting balance, by wanting someone who speaks the same language. Right? Someone who just speaks the same language that you do. There's nothing wrong with that. And so the fact that you are, you really hoped that something would pan out with another person that hasn't. Again, this could be romantic or otherwise, just someone that you've been in this connection with, this partnership with, just there's something very exhausting about it, and you realize that you guys don't work well together. You don't. Different communication styles, different desires even. Just something about it doesn't feel fertile to move forward in. There's something disconnected and cold about this. And you see it now. And that's the worst part, is that you can't unsee what you've seen. You can't unfeel what you have felt. You now know at the deepest part of you that there's something just innately not compatible with the situation and you, right? So you see, you feel the Three of Pentacles exactly, but you don't feel like this is a good connection. You feel like it's very toxic. If you're a solo person and this is just your journey, okay, you've realized that balance between your thoughts and emotions are extremely important, and you're afraid of giving in to the parts of you that are a little bit more demanding of emotion. Like you feel like taking care of yourself. You feel like really focusing on your wellness, right? The Empress is very, someone who enjoys the comforts, someone that enjoys the luxuries, someone who just really enjoys what life has to offer, right? You almost feel like that's a selfish thing by taking care of yourself, and it's really not. Like, you're not stuck up if you like doing your nails. You're not stuck up if you go to the gym 4 to 5 days a week. You're not stuck up if you have certain standards for yourself. That does not make you stuck up. That's just part of self-care. And good for you, Virgo. Good for you for focusing on yourself. You need that. How can you possibly be the kind of person that can pour into other people's cups if you don't have that, if your own cup is not filled? How? How? Anyone that tries to make it seem like taking care of themselves is really not important, they're still stuck in that same place that you're leaving, right? They're afraid of being selfish because they feel like maybe they look at other people who take care of themselves and think, wow, you're so selfish. No, they haven't hit rock bottom yet like you have, where maybe you stopped taking care of yourself and you saw what that did to you, you saw what that did to your life, and you said no more. But you're not used to it, so you feel kind of like you're being selfish. You're not, okay? You're definitely not. So good for you, Virgo. Keep going, okay? This is good for you. This is really good for you. You have to make peace within yourself this way. You really have to. With the three of Pentacles and the Devil, though, all right? It's really hard getting past your ego for the solo person. It's hard to get past your ego here. All right. For those of you who are in partnerships, you're trying to cooperate. You're trying to bring, you're trying to pull your weight. You're trying to bring what you can to the table, but it's so devoid of emotion at this point. It's like not even devoid of emotion. It's like all there is at this point is just toxicity. Now there could be manipulation involved. It could be that, this partnership just feels like a prison. Like there's something heavily, heavily, heavily committed about this relationship that you guys maybe have been together for a long time, or you guys have paperwork filled out with both of your names on them, something that ties you guys in a way that makes you feel like leaving the situation would cause a lot of damage because you feel very selfish about leaving it. All right, so something about it either has existed for a while or has a lot of things or elements involved that would get damaged in the process of separating. With the Six of Cups, I see children here as well. All right? That's how you see yourself. You see yourself as trapped in a partnership. All right? The environment with the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, that's what came out in your pre-shuffle. It's, Seven of Pentacles is beautiful. First of all, let me just say that. The Seven of Pentacles is beautiful because you planted the seed, and the Seven of Pentacles is that point in that seed's growth where it is actively growing. All right? But it's also that point where the person who has planted the seed and has watched the plant grow is at a point where it almost feels like a plateau. They're looking at the plant disappointingly. This is in the Rider-Waite, okay? In the Rider-Waite cards. They're very disappointed by how slowly the plant is growing. In this particular deck, okay, the Seven of Pentacles talks about failure. All right? Because you look at what you've planted and the results are not what you wanted. So it could be, all right, that in your environment, while there could potentially be this opportunity for a brand new beginning, it could have something to do with this Ace of Pentacles as well. Whatever this new beginning was, whatever this new development was. Remember what I said about the Ace of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles earlier in the reading, right? How they're tied that way. It could have been the Ace of Pentacles that fell off of the plant of the Seven of Pentacles. This could be, you were hoping that this Ace of Pentacles, this new beginning, this new business, this new commitment, this new fill in the blank, was going to be your way to start over and add, right, to reintroduce the emotional aspect of this partnership that is lacking. Maybe not love, right? Could be creativity, just emotional transparency, knowing how to talk better about your emotions. You were hoping that this is what was going to bring you a new beginning, but it's not. All right? This, if it ever does, it's going to move at such a pace that you're going to, this isn't what you wanted. You wanted something that was going to be very quick, right? You wanted the ace. You wanted something that would kind of be like a jolt back into your relationship to bring things back to life. But that's not what you're getting here. That's not what you're getting here. You're getting the prolonging now of a situation that, I'm sorry, but feels like it's doomed to fail. That's what I'm getting. And I say that because I feel like that's kind of how you feel it, right, Virgo? I feel like this is how you feel it. This partnership is doomed to fail, and all you've done by adding this Ace of Pentacles to the equation is made it even harder to leave, because I'm getting a sense of feeling trapped here. You feel very trapped, and whatever this Ace of Pentacles is, this could be an air sign child, right? A teenager, a young child. Doesn't have to be. It could have been, a slightly premature baby. It could have been a rushed decision to start a business, a rushed decision to start something new, something whose origins were just kind of like, okay, well, let's just do it. Like, let's just do it. Like, you didn't really think too much about it. You were like, well, it makes sense, right? We're married. It makes sense to have another baby. It makes sense. Let's have a baby. It makes sense, you know, we're partners. Let's start let's open another office together. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. That's all you said though, is that it makes sense. But there's something so blatantly disconnected emotionally from the situation that that's what's making you feel that's what's making you feel like there's nothing of value, right? It's not that the things you've produced in this connection don't produce value. It's that in order for this to have the kind of value that will allow it to be sustained over the long term, it's missing. Because you feel really bad. You feel really bad about what it's going to mean to heal from this. In order for you to adequately heal from this, it's going to require you stepping back into your power and healing from this, right? Having to really put yourself first in whatever way that looks, right? Putting yourself first, and you feel really guilty about it because this is something you should have addressed a while back. But now you're trying to address it here. You're trying to fix it by introducing new factors, but that's not helping. That's not what's going to help sustain this. Your fear with the King of Wands is the Six of Wands. You're afraid here that the person you're dealing with is going to feel really happy about having had their way. Right? Maybe there's somebody here that you feel disconnected from, and they're, again, going back to the three-party situation, they could be in a three-party situation with another person while you guys are together, and meanwhile you see you know that you feel disconnected and you feel really guilty about the fact that now maybe you don't want to expand anymore. You regret this new beginning with them, right? You just feel heartbroken. Something here isn't what you expected it to be, right? And to put yourself first now, you're just like, I feel really bad about that because it's not how you typically are, but you can't help it because you see where someone else that you're dealing with is getting exactly everything that they want. And it makes you feel really dumb. Like you see someone else you see someone else that's flourishing, right? Someone that you're either coupled with or partnered with or involved with. You see how they don't feel bad to ask and receive and force the things that they want into their life. Meanwhile, you're gently walking around everything else, trying to do things the right way, and you're looking at them and you're just like, wow. So basically what you're telling me is I just need to be a dick. Like basically I just need to be an asshole about everything and then I'll get what I want. Like you're afraid that this person that you're with, who you actually want to separate yourself from, or someone who you wanted this new beginning with, but you're seeing that that may not actually be the case anymore. Your fear here is that no matter what you do, they're still going to be completely satisfied. Like it almost feels like you're thinking about doing something here that is supposed to add more stress or maybe bring their attention more to what it is you guys are working on. But what you find is that nothing has actually changed, and that you're actually, by trying to not communicate with them in a way that's useful, that what you're doing is you are communicating your emotion to them by adding things physically that you're hoping is going to divert their attention to that thing, to bring more focus to your connection, to your partnership, to bring more of that, of their part of your partnership. You're hoping to redirect their attention, but you're afraid that what you're actually doing is the complete opposite. Now maybe they might feel like what everything that you've contributed is really still feeding into their desire. I'm personally, guys, I'm getting a very specific message about a couple who, someone here wanted to introduce a new addition to the family, right? A new, whether they're business partners or this is a baby or something along those lines. This person could be you, could be the other person. I feel like this is you though. You were hoping to have a new beginning emotionally by introducing a new beginning physically in the concrete, a practical new beginning that you were hoping was going to bring this King of Wands attention back to your connection. And your fear here is that what you've actually done is you've actually made them feel like more successful. Like basically you've made them just feel like, oh yeah, look at my wife, we have this big family now, a beautiful big family, but I'm still going off and I'm doing my three-party thing. Like that's what does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not losing you guys. Like you have tried to fix something by introducing a new beginning that was hopefully going to bring this person's attention back in, but what you don't realize is this person's attention is actually not on the connection, or it is on the connection, but only to the extent that they've already expressed to you. So you want something deeper, they're not going deeper. Like there's nothing that can make them go deeper than what they've already expressed to you. Like, this is as good as it's going to get. And if it doesn't feel good, then you need to make a decision about that, Virgo. Okay? Because they're putting in exactly what they said they would. And no matter how much more you put in, you're not getting any more out of them. Okay? That's the truth. That's what's happening here. All right? With the Six of Cups being your potential outcome. Page of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And the Six of Pentacles. All right. So here's the thing, all right? So with the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Pentacles, all right? Yeah, there's success here, especially in this deck. You know, you've got this person, they're kind of bouncing their coins, but keep in mind that the Six of Pentacles is not the 10. And if we're talking about family here, if we're talking about expansion, we're talking about Empress energy. We've got Devil energy here. With the Six of Pentacles, okay, something here is still not where it needs to be. With the Six of Cups, we've got sixes. The Six of Cups, the Six of Pentacles. I thought we had another 6 out here. I thought we had another 6. Okay, no, we didn't have another 6. Sorry about that. You know, but with the Wheel of Fortune, we've got completion. We've got rapid change. All right, so... Okay, out with it. Wheel of Fortune is very fast, guys, all right? So while the Wheel of Fortune could be great, okay, Virgo, the Wheel of Fortune is a... You know, especially with the Six of Pentacles, this is a good combination. Let's just put it that way. This is a good combination. It's not the 10, but it's still better than nothing. Okay, this isn't the 5 of Pentacles. This is the 6. But here's the problem. This is the problem. The Wheel of Fortune changes all the time. All right. So while the wheel is turning up, you know, the wheel is moving in your favor, especially with the Six of Cups being here with your potential outcome. There is definitely a sense of union. There's a sense of a soulmate connection. There's a sense of, you know, kind of getting things back to the way they used to be in the past. The Wheel of Fortune is still a change. This is change, okay? The Wheel of Fortune, you know, good fortune is here today. Bad fortune is here tomorrow. It's unpredictability. It's not something that's dependent. This is the type of movement that's neither here nor there, and it doesn't have to be fair. Right? This is not something, the Wheel of Fortune isn't something that you necessarily worked for. This is luck. This is serendipity. This is, you know, it comes and it goes. All right? So with the Six of Pentacles, yeah, there's success and there's nostalgia and there's a beautiful connection. Page of Swords is telling me, you know, this person might kind of dial back their communication. Okay? Maybe they dial back their communication a little bit, and it makes you feel like, since the conversation isn't there, or since their harsh communication isn't there, then you guys are making progress and you guys are getting back to a place that you used to be. But that's not... Today it's good. Today it's good, and then tomorrow it's not. That's why you guys have this Devil energy here. Right? So here's the thing. You guys introduce this new opportunity into your connection. This Ace of Pentacles, whatever it is. But that's going to change things for only a moment. That's not going to sustain this over the long term. All right? There's nothing permanent about the Six of Pentacles. Right? The Six of Pentacles in the traditional Rider-Waite is a gentleman who's giving, you know, some of his fortune, which is vast. You could tell in his clothing, he's, you know, doing very well financially, and he's giving it to beggars. And basically with the Six of Pentacles, who you are in the Six of Pentacles really depends on how you identify. So with the Wheel of Fortune here, if we were doing a Rider-Waite comparison, the Wheel of Fortune with the Six of Pentacles tells me that you are feeling like you've won something here. Right, Virgo? Like, now there's an emotional connection that has been renewed, and what you were missing in the past, or in the recent past, this realization that maybe there couldn't be something more authentic between you guys. Now you're having this thought like, well, this Ace of Pentacles is helping me deliver this, you know, new emotional connection. Now it's getting us there, right? Six of Cups. This could have been just the way you guys used to be in the past. Friends, you know, friends, friendly, more emotional with each other. And you're feeling like you won. You're feeling like this has achieved the ends. But the Page of Swords is a young energy. The Page of Swords, remember how we were talking, you know, this is a gossipy energy. This is someone that doesn't know how to speak. This is someone who is still gathering information. Okay? This is someone who is not dependable in their delivery of the facts. All right? There's something very flaky about the Page of Swords. Undependable about the Page of Swords. Not trustworthy about the Page of Swords. And with that energy being here with the Wheel of Fortune, which is luck and chance And one day it's this and the next day it's that. What I'm feeling for you in the potential outcome, Virgo, is that right now things look good. Right now things look better. But I would not use this as a decision maker. Okay, if you are looking at a partnership that has previously been has been a disservice to you, and that you have been feeling selfishly about, because you are now wanting to prioritize yourself in a way that might disconnect you further from the connection, this might tell you a little bit more about how this connection may not be compatible. I can't tell you what to do, Virgo. Okay, I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you this. What you want and what the person on the other end of your partnership wants are two very different things. And I feel like this person is very content staying where you guys are, but you are unhappy and you're suppressing it. And you did something recently, or something that you guys have both done together, right? Not, doesn't have to just be you, but something was reintroduced in the connection, or something introduced for the first time into the connection that you felt would kind of revive, or be like the way you could reignite or realize a truth in your connection that maybe you felt like wasn't there. You felt like this was a new opportunity for you guys to move forward together in a certain direction that you were hoping for. You're coming up as the Empress, so this is expansion of some kind, a family, a business, something, right? But what you may have missed, which not even missed, because maybe it wasn't even really here, but I feel like you understood something very fundamental about this connection, that you were working against the grain, trying to create something here that it's not actually. Excuse me. Basically, you've tried to turn this connection to something that it's not. And what you may not have anticipated happening was that your counterpart, or the person that you're in this partnership with, would actually come out feeling just fine. They don't feel the need to change, right? They don't feel the need to give any more than they already have, because you are already giving so much without them having to do much of anything. But even though you were hoping for a reaction from them, you haven't, because they don't plan on giving you any more than they already are. You're hoping for something that isn't there. And you know this. There's a realization here. You know this. But you went ahead and kind of hedged your bets anyway. And because of that, you're feeling like you may have dug yourself into a deeper hole. Right now you're just anxious about it. Now you just don't know what you've done, or you don't know what's happening. What do you do next? Okay. Right now things are okay, right? If this is not the case, it's going to be coming in. You're going to notice that things are going to hit a certain point where, whether it's a combination of you being distracted by this new beginning that fulfills you, and so now in a way you kind of take your attention off of your counterpart by indulging in this other thing that makes you very happy, right? Could be that your attention comes away from this King of Wands, or that things really are improved between you and this other person, because this other person now is being stimulated by this new thing, but it's not you, right? This new addition to the situation is what's making them, it's that uptick in their emotional transparency because of this new addition that is making them the kind of person you want them to be on a permanent basis. But once the novelty comes off from this Ace of Pentacles, whatever it is, once the novelty wears off from that, you're going to notice that this partner is going to just come right back into what they were, and it's just going to be a back and forth. It's going to be a cycle, right? It's going to be a cycle. And with the Wheel of Fortune here and the World card both here, there is divine timing at work here. Okay, so if there was any kind of change that you wanted to make, now would be a really good time, because you have the realization and you have the clarity. Okay, so if you need confirmation that what you feel is really what it is, please take this as confirmation that yes, this is definitely the situation. You've got the Devil card here twice. You're losing sleep over this. All right. Yes, this person is only going to give what they have been giving. No, whatever this new addition is, it's going to change the situation temporarily, but it's not going to stand the test of time. This is not the stuff of permanence. It's not. All right, and you do what you must in the coming future to do, to handle things in the way that you have to get the closure that you need, right? But just keep this in mind. Be true to yourself always, Virgo. Be true to yourself. Don't stay in a place that doesn't, in a situation that doesn't value you, where the disconnect is so severe that you feel guilty about pursuing something that you want and taking care of yourself. Why should you feel guilty? Why? You shouldn't. Okay? For those of you who are not in a partnership, all right, it's going to take you a little while to get to that place where you trust your own intuition. It's going to get to it's going to take some time to feel okay loving yourself. It is going to take some time. All right? Your fear here, right, is that by giving into your desires, maybe you won't feel victorious. Or maybe your fear, honestly, the king of wands with the 6 of wands is a very, the king of wands, think Leo. I think Leo with the king of wands, someone who's not only passionate but is also in the spotlight. It feels very comfortable in the spotlight. You might not be. You might feel like, and this might sound kind of offbeat, but you might be the type of person, Virgo, that you knew you could always look a certain way. Like you knew that underneath the baggy clothes that you had a nice frame, or when you straightened your hair, or you put the right kind of mousse in your curly hair, or when you took care of yourself, you knew that you could amp it up, right? You knew that you could amp it up. You knew that you could, the what you've been given, right? What you've been given in terms of looks, you knew that you always could kind of take it to another level, and you're shy. Right? This doesn't have to be physical either. This could be your skill set. You could be smart. Like you could be super funny. You could be just like out of this world intelligent. You read, a book a day, something like that. Like that there's an attribute that you have, an asset to your personality that exceeds the norm, and you're not used to getting the recognition for it. And so that's what you're afraid of. You're afraid that by standing in your Empress energy, you're going to be getting all of this attention you're not used to, and you're going to say to yourself, who am I to get this attention? Who am I to deserve all this? Virgo, it's not about other people. It's about how you feel when you take care of yourself. I promise that it'll get to a point where, because you could still accept people's compliments in a humble way. You don't have to be the kind of person that flips your hair and say, girl, I know I look good. You don't have to be that person. You could be the person that says, I appreciate your compliment very much. Thank you. And you have, I love your hair too, or I love your blouse, or, I wish, where did you get this? Or, just a very simple thank you that's very sweet of you to say, I hope you have a beautiful day, is a nice way of handling a compliment too. You might just not be accustomed to being in a spotlight or being admired by other people, because now that you're coming into your Empress energy, it just feels like very unfamiliar to you. Because you always had to fight off this part of you that says that you're always so ugly, or you're too thin, or you're too fat, or your clothes are ugly, or you're not capable enough, or you're not funny enough. You're overcoming that part of you, and it's going to be a slow moving forward, and you might feel kind of like a failure right now because things aren't moving quite as fast as you want them to, but you'll get there. All right, you'll get there. With the 6 of Cups being in your potential outcome, be very gentle with yourself, and remember, just try to go about your life in a childlike way. All right, think back to the past. Think back to a time where you may have felt better, with the Wheel of Fortune and the 6 of Pentacles, a time that may have felt very successful to you as a person, that may have just been very, if it was very fleeting, it was a very fleeting time, right? It was something that came and went just as fast, and it just holds a special sparkle in the back of your mind where you're like, man, I wish. The Page of Swords is you always trying to find that place again. Right? Don't give up. Okay? Don't give up, because you want sustainability. You want sustainability, and you do that by making sure that you have balance inside between your emotions and your thoughts. Okay? So old ways of being, old ways of thinking, old ways of feeling, you're slowly fettering all of that stuff out, which is good. And it's slow progress, but as long as you don't fall into a sense of having to like cut corners, or being somebody that you're not, which is basically the same thing. Cutting corners in this life is living a life that's not authentic to you. It's, authenticity is very hard. When you take the easy way out of life, you essentially just blend into the rest of the population. Taking the easy way out in life is to just ignore all the things that make you special and unique, and saying, well, I just want to fit in. I want to avoid conflict. So how do you build a life that's more sustainable and more compatible to you as the individual? It's by recognizing your individuality. It's by acknowledging what makes you unique, and it's living a life that is authentic to who you are inside. It's forging the right friendships, and it's engaging in the right ritualistic behaviors that build the parts of your life that are most important. Your friends, your money, your love, your emotional stability, your mental health. You know, it's making sure that the core values in your life can be seen from a third party perspective. You can always tell a lot about somebody, the kind of relationships that they have and the way they lead their life, by looking at the things that they cherish, by looking at the way people approach them, by looking at their body, you can tell a lot about the rituals somebody carries throughout their life by the kind of support they have, and by the way that they carry themselves, and the way they speak about their life purposes, and the way they speak about their life, their core values. Okay, so stepping into this Empress energy, this very authentic energy, might be difficult for you right now, but you're progressing forward nonetheless. And as long as you don't opt into cutting corners and being inauthentic to yourself, noticing where there are imbalances and recorrecting those imbalances by putting your foot down and living in a truthful way and acknowledging the parts of you that make you different, right? That is what's going to get you the most success in your movement forward as the individual. Okay, Virgo? Don't allow this anxiety to get the best of you. You're on the right track. It is very slow right now in April, but you are going to notice that things will shift. And as long as you continue to put value in the things that matter, it's going to sustain itself over the long term. The only way this falters is if you don't stay true to yourself. Okay? All right, guys. Virgo, I could sit here and talk to you guys all day. I am so grateful to all of you for being here. I hope that these messages served you. I truly do. Be honest with yourself, okay, Virgo? Be honest with yourself. If you notice something is wrong here, don't ignore it. Whatever has been done here has fixed, it's slapped a band-aid on the problem, but it's like slapping a band-aid over just like a festering wound. Okay? It makes it look prettier than it actually is, and given enough time, the band-aid is going to fall off, and you know, what are you going to do with the wound? You know, you might have to cut the whole leg off. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not actually treating the issue itself. So whatever it is that you know is not working here, address it as needed. Okay? The rest is up to you. All right, Virgo, I love you guys so very much. I hope that you have a great April. You have the truth here. It's been made clear to you. So move forward in that truth. I have faith that you guys can do it. All right, I love you very much. Please take care of yourselves. If this resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment down below. I would love to know where you are in your journey so far. And until next time, guys, mwah, love, light, many kisses, okay, my dears. Mwah. I love you, Virgo.